Hello, my name is Steve George, and I'm a Senior Solution Engineer of SAP with a focus on Gold Client. I hope that you have watched the initial video that introduces new users to the Gold Client solution, and if not, I advise that you take a few minutes to watch it, as it contains some foundational type of content that most users should find very useful in understanding the overall solution. This video introduces the Client Construct component, and so I will share the following important topics: what it is and how it differs from the Data Echo component, its typical use cases and the intended user community, an overview of the related configuration, and where to locate additional resources. How-to content for initiating Client Construct exports and imports are covered in subsequent videos. Client Construct can be used to copy data from one client to another. It is intentionally designed to copy only master data. It copies all data stored within a given set of tables. It has a unique configuration set that is dedicated to its specific functions. It is considered an important component because it is a key part of the client refresh process. Client Construct differs from the Data Echo component in the following ways. Client Construct is designed to copy only master data, whereas Data Echo copies master and/or transactional data. It is not possible to copy a subset of data using Client Construct, as it is designed to copy only full tables. Data Echo must be used to copy data subsets. Client Construct can be executed using either Qlik's proprietary ABAP code or SAP's R3 translayer, whereas Data Echo uses Qlik's proprietary code exclusively. So because of these differences, and due to the large data volumes that are typically included in Client Construct copies, this means that Basis is the preferred team to execute the Client Construct functions, whereas Data Echo functions are used by application teams. The dominant use case for executing Client Construct is to load all master data into an empty client, and this is typically done as part of a client refresh process. Taking this action helps ensure that the target client contains a high level of data quality, and it creates an excellent foundation for integrating any transactional data that is subsequently copied into this same client. Another use case is to scramble sensitive data after having performed a system or database copy. Also, there are exceptional use cases where teams may choose to routinely copy just one or a few master data types as a way of refreshing specific data objects that align with their given objective. One example may be the need to copy all pricing conditions on a regular basis, which for some organizations change frequently. With respect to the Client Construct configuration, it can be accessed by going to T-code ZGOLD, Z-G-O-L-D. From the Gold Client dashboard, select the Configuration button. On the next screen, select the very first executable named Client Construct. This configuration set is quite simple in structure. It consists of a set of objects known as master data types, and each data type is assigned a various number of related tables. Qlik currently provides to customers around 95 predefined master data types for ECC and S4 systems. Of course, users are allowed to create custom data types as well as add custom tables to predefined data types. Each master data type typically supports a specific master data object. And this slide shows a number of examples. I will give you a few seconds to look this list over. The Client Construct configuration contains two other settings that warrant a bit of attention. The more important setting is that tables can be marked with an exclusion flag, which means that these tables are excluded from being exported. There are three main reasons for excluding tables. One is because the tables are determined by the organization to be too large to copy, and so a subset of the data is typically copied instead using Data Echo. A second reason is because tables may contain obsolete data, or copying the data simply provides minimal or no value. The last reason is because tables may contain transactional data, and therefore they should be copied using data echo instead. When setting a table with an exclusion flag, it is a best practice recommendation to add a reason why, though not adding this content has no bearing on the functionality. The second and less important setting is named DataWave, which is another Gold Client component that leverages the Client Construct functions and configuration. Checking this setting for master data types simply means that users are able to select those data types within the DataWave component. Since DataWave is a more advanced topic, consider this content to be informational, and let's put it aside for now. For additional information, please reference the Gold Client Construct user guide located on the Qlik Help website. This user guide provides content about maintaining this configuration set, as well as how-to content for performing master data exports and imports. That is the end of this presentation, and I thank you for watching. I hope that you now have a basic understanding of Client Construct, including its use cases, intended audience, and its configuration. When you are ready, I recommend watching the next training video to learn how to use the Client Exporter function to initiate master data exports.